Merry meet lovely people, it is Nina. You're watching Fairy Chamber channel. I think you have all heard about different kinds of genies. You can find genies from our collective fairy tales around the world. Most popular genie stories, they come from Middle East and Arabic countries, and the whole root of the word genie is in Arabic a word jinn. It actually means originally something that is hidden from sight or hidden from people. It's something that lives in the shadow, an invisible power. And it's also related to the Latin word genius, which has originally meant a spirit that was someone who protected human ever since they were born. So in Arabic context, genie and angel are pretty much the same, so there isn't that much difference between genies and the angels. In Quran there is different tasks given for the genies and the angels, but also that overlaps because there are so many different variations of that particular myth about the genies. So in archaeology and history there has been done research in Arabic countries that people believed to have some kinds of genies who protected them throughout their lives. A genie could be a male or female, obviously, or maybe even gender neutral, I don't know. And a genie, they can exist independently, or they could have been attached to into a certain inanimate object. Most famous is the lamp. Everyone knows about Aladdin, the lamp. The genie in the lamp, or Jafar in the lamp. And then it could be a lamp, it could be a vase, it could be a box, something where people kept stuff, and it should be something that was small, where a genie could reside, and the way a genie could travel. So lamp would be ideal for that, because people used to keep the oil in the lamp and needed that to create light. Another very common place to hold a genie was in fact some semi-precious stones like opals. They were quite popular among genies. By the way, this is my finished DVD version of Aladdin. This is Aladdin, obviously. And look at those two. This is the worst graphic design on a DVD cover ever made, because they look so weird. They look so weird. Genie looks fine. Really. They don't even have that kind of expressions in the movie. If you ever want to watch a finished version of Aladdin, you should just watch it because of Vesa Matilore. He actually won he got this special award from Disney for making the best international voiceover for the genie. He was very good. Just as good as Robin Williams. Rest in peace. Vesa Matilore, he was hilarious as a genie. That was a well-deserved award. And these movies were just watching because of him. Well, it has very good Finnish voiceovers in general. Yeah. Totally off topic. Sorry. Genies can be extremely malicious towards humans, assuming the form of hideous and terrifying demons or beautiful women who trap men with their charms. When controlled by evil sorcerers, they can harm those towards whom their attention is directed. On the other hand, they can be extremely benevolent, as in the case of Aladdin's lamp genie. The most famous genies, obviously, you can find them from tales like Aladdin. You can find them from 1001 Nights, the stories from Sherazade. Is that how you pronounce her name? Sherazade? Not sure. And there's two kinds of genies in the Arabic mythology. There is the Ifrit, which is like a physically larger and powerful genie. There's also Marid, ocean and sea spirits. They're water spirits. They are the water genies. There's also genies in Quran, and the genies in Quran, they live between the two worlds. They live in a parallel dimension. They live between this human world and they live between the other world that we don't know yet. And according to the Islamic tradition, genies, they are born from smoke, coming to being from a smokeless flame. In Quran, there isn't that much information given about the genies. The scholars, they argue, are the genies angels or are angels genies, or are they two different types of creatures? I don't have really opinion about that. I'm not Christian, I'm not a Muslim, I'm very neutral when it comes to this topic. There's a bit of a difference between genies and angels in the Quran. The genies, they have their own free will and they can do what they want to. They can make their own choices, but they also need to have the responsibility of the choices that they make. They live in remote places, they live in mountains, they live in the clouds, they live in the waters and lakes and rivers and so on. Very talented sorcerers and magicians, they could control the genies, they could control them to order the time and the weather, they could control them to let them know about future events, they could control them to hear the conversations from distance, they could order them to give them information that they needed to gain more power. With rise of Christianity and Islam, these sorcerers and magicians who worked with genies, they were often persecuted no matter what their intentions were, because in Christianity and in Islam, this working with such supernatural powers was not really appropriate. So when it came to some of the most famous Arab alchemists, some of them could actually sustain their work with the genies because of their powerful patrons. In Quran, there is a story of the fallen genie that is equivalent to the one in the Bible about the fallen angel. Allah created the first man, Adam, and he asked angel and the genies to bow him. But a genie called Iblis, he disobeyed. God did not approve that kind of behavior, so Iblis, he was banished from the paradise and he became the first Shaitan. The Arabic speakers, if I'm pronouncing these names wrong, I apologize, I cannot even speak English today. Concept of Satan in Islam is different than Satan in Christianity. When in Christianity, Satan is often seen as the embodiment of all evil. In Islam, Shaitan is like an umbrella term for like mischievous spirits, disobeyed spirits, or even disobeying people. And there's two ways to approach Shaitan. There is hubris, which means pride and arrogance within the human behavior. Then there is Shaitans who are almost fallen angels, and they influence people by whispering and telling them to do the wrong or right choice, and in a way they seduce people from their paths. And in a way, this whole idea of Shaitan in Quran, it's very similar than the idea of genies in Arabic folklore, of being this kind of guardian spirits of the people, because there is legends that each person was born with good and a bad genie. The other genie whispers to your ear to do the right thing, and the bad genie whispers to your other ear to do the wrong thing. So it goes quite a long way. But these are the stories from genies. I hope you enjoyed this and maybe learned something new. Just wanted to say big thanks to everyone who has subscribed to my channel recently. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe to my channel and leave it a thumbs up if you like this video. I will see you soon. Take care and bye!